So good morning students. Today we are going to learn about fresh concrete in session 5. So properties of fresh concrete. When concrete is a plastic state, it is known as fresh concrete. Plastic state means that is movable and that can be blended or that can be taken from one thing to another. So fresh concrete is easily molded to a durable structural member. Following are the properties of fresh concrete: workability, segregation, bleeding, plastic shrinkage, setting, temperature, water cement ratio. So what are the properties of fresh concrete that can be known, or what are the properties which can be seen as nothing but a workability, segregation, bleeding, plastic shrinkage, setting, temperature and water cement ratio. So what is workability? The term workability indicates the easy or difficulty with which the concrete is handled, transported and placed. So that is nothing but a working with the concrete, and how it is our work is nothing but a workability. The amount of water present in concrete should be in a proper ratio, otherwise the binding will not be happened properly. So generally a higher water cement ratio is required for good workability. In the actual functioning of water is to lubricate the concrete. The concrete which is easy for handling and placing is the workability concrete. Just handling it and placing in an appropriate place or appropriate mold or appropriate thing, we call it as a workability. So there are various tests to measure the workability of concrete mixture. The test which has flow test, compacting test, slump cone test is done to determine the workability of concrete mixture. So what is slump cone test? If you see what are the recommendations, results of concrete, slump cone test is nothing but a test which we can go for the workability test. So following apparatus are used to perform slump cone test, that is slump cone mold, tamping rod or scale for measurement. So what is the procedure we can do for workability test is, this test is carried out with a mold called slump cone. Those top diameter is 10 centimeters, bottom diameter is 20 centimeters. So which is nothing but bottom temperature is more than the top one. The height is nothing 30 centimeters. The test may be performed in the following steps. What are that? Place the slump cone mold on a smooth, flat and non-absorbent surface, and mix the dry ingredients of concrete thoroughly till a uniform color is obtained, and then add the required quantity of water. So place the mixed concrete in the mold to about 1/4 of this height. Next, compact the concrete with 25 times with the help of tamping rod uniformly all over the area. Place the concrete in the mold after about half of its height and compact it again. Place the concrete about its 4th to 5th height of the top. Compact each layer 25 times. So layer by layer just compact and uniformly, and subsequent layers. Then tamping rod should penetrate in the underlying layer. So strike out the top surface of the trowel. By using certain trowel we are going to top surface we are going to remove and fill this top. So remove the mold immediately. Ensure its movement of vertical direction. Just remove it by taking it off with the two handles. So when the settlement of concrete stops, measure the subsidence of concrete in the millimeter of the required slump of the concrete. So if you see, this is the measurement slump. What is the height? You can see and measuring with the compared with the standard mold, and see what is that and what is the difference. Based on that you can see the workability. So the slump cone method. Workability. So if you see the workability, Workability of concrete, actually we have taken a video. In next class we can see the video. Compaction factor test also we have taken a video and to show it into you. So recommended results for compaction test is compaction factor. So based on certain author properties, we have an enable is to know the what is the low workability, what is the low workability factor, and what is the medium, what is the high one, which is very low. We are going to have a compaction factor values. Based on that we are going to decide whether the workability is high, low or medium. So if you take the compaction factor is 0.78, then it is considered as very low workability. If you take 0.85, it is low workability. It is 0.9 means medium workability. It is having high workability means 0.95, which is the water cement ratio is very low. So compaction factor test apparatus, if you see complete apparatus will be there, and tamping rod, weighing machine, and this is the procedure where we can go with hand scoops. Using hand scoops we are going to fill it and we are going to remove the plates of it, where you can see the mixed concrete falling from one trowel to another. So this is a procedure. And observation the records, the compaction factor is defined as the ratio of weight of partial compacted concrete to the weight of fully compact concrete. It shall normally be stated to the nearest second decimal place. So if you see weight of the empty cylinder, you are going to take weight with free fall concrete, weight empty cylinder plus hand compacted concrete, partially compact concrete, fully compact concrete, and compaction factor can be known by this. So if you see, this one also video not available. So in this we are going to see how it can be known, how we are going to mix it. So segregation can be known by this. What is segregation means? When we are used different types of aggregates, when coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, flakiness, and that should not be in one group. They should be mixed uniformly. To know the segregation, to know the grouping of this aggregate, we are going to see concrete, we are going to see this. So this type of segregation in concrete should not be placed. Bleeding. Bleeding is a particular form of segregation where some of the water from the concrete comes out of the surface of the concrete. So like bleeding of water from the concrete. So this is nothing but a bleeding of concrete. If you see the picture, you can see that. So plastic shrinkage means there is a shrinkage with the volume or contracting in the plastic shrinkage. Like whatever the volume you have given, that output will not come from that. So plastic shrinkage can be known with the 30 minutes of concrete pouring on during finishing. So setting means how much time it takes to set. Using a certain apparatus we are going to find it. So temperature, concrete is not recommended to place in a temperature above 40% without proper procedure, because as per Indian standard 7861 part 1, so heat of hydration will be more. The high temperature is to the rapid hydration of cement, increase the evaporation of mixing water. So whatever the water we are mixing for aggregate, that will be evaporated, which creates the resulting in cracks. So water cement ratio can be known by the different weights based on the concrete we are using, that can be known. So this is all about fresh concrete which can be used, and next class we are going to learn about another topic. Thank you.